it's really the education of borrowers and helping people get into the market and realize the dream of home ownership. Undoubtedly, we're dealing with kind of an interesting climate. I select the word interesting, for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, I think it's really just working with clients and, that satisfaction you get out of educating someone and getting them to the point of being able to own their own home when they never thought possible. So I think and being creative, working with investors or people that are looking to upgrade, right size, relocate. It's really the education and the problem solving and how every day is unique and different is what drives me and my team. We do in our area a lot of jumbo lending. So our area, the home prices tend to be pretty high. Affordability can be a lot of an issue. So we deal a lot in the jumbo space, which are generally higher loan amounts. So I would say we do every kind of loan. We work on renovation loans. We work with a lot of first-time home buyers. But I do see, especially in the area where I live, a lot of more of the jumbo size loan amounts. Yeah, so it's been a very challenging year in the mortgage industry, as you may well know. What we look to do is we look to continue to increase our market share on the purchase side. So the goal for us is to continually do a great job on purchase transactions and increase our purchase referral base, meaning realtors, realtor teams, real estate offices, and really serve those sectors of the market. So when we come out of this challenging time, rates hopefully moderate, I think things will really open up. And for us, it's a matter of gaining more market share while we're in this challenging sort of dormant time. Our industry is always challenging, right? It's cyclical. So it's like we have these cycles and every cycle is unique, right? I mean, this cycle is very unique. It's not like 2007 and 8 where we have foreclosures and short sales and deed in lieu and all these reasons why the bottom's going to fall out of the market, right? We have a relatively strong economy, a strong job market. The Fed is just going aggressively at inflation, right? So I'd say it's challenging in the way that the market's always developing and how we have to kind of think ahead and be forward thinking about what's our next step? Where do we go next? There's a lot of strategy that goes in with these clients that, again, they come into the process not really understanding. They don't know what they don't know, so to speak. And so for us to be able to be very communicative, explain to them, be responsive, and put them in a position to achieve these goals, I think that's really what sets us apart. We also are very strong with guidelines up front. So we get a lot of business from other lenders where they fail to structure the loan correctly from the get-go. So we do get a lot of business that other lenders, unfortunately, are unable to close, and the customer will come to us, and we help consummate the transaction. So I'd say being on top of guidelines and really knowing your stuff is incredibly important in this kind of environment. So we've been working with the Boston Homeless Organization now for a number of years, and I know recently we reached a milestone where we've given them over $100,000 now on donations. So we donate $25 per transaction to the homeless in the name of both my team as well as the referral partner. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we're all on the earth. We're all going to end up in the same place at some point. And you realize you've got to really do for others, and allow others to succeed in this world in the way that we have, right? It's a lot of hard work, but not everyone's been as fortunate, and had the opportunities that we've been fortunate to have. It could be, a situation of a client that's getting divorced and has to refinance, right, to keep their home. Or it could be a client that, we had to work on their credit. They had to save for down payment. They were a bit more of a project for us. But I think once you get them in that house and they send you an email or a phone call or a text that says, Andrew, I never could have imagined being in my home this first Christmas. Those are the transactions that really stick out. On those transactions, we end up having to give more, right? Because the client, sometimes they might not have a down payment, or we might have to give them a lender credit, or we might have to help them with a lower rate to get them over the finish line. I think it's those clients that we really achieve something that they did not think they could achieve, or we got them out of a really challenging spot. Those are the ones that really make our job worthwhile, right? And really, you realize that you're actually doing something here. When you pursue a certain angle, like once you realize like what kind of business you want to pursue, you're ultimately going to achieve that if you have a focused and dedicated approach, right? So if you want to write FHA loans, or if you want to work with first-time homebuyers, you need to figure out what direction you want to go, and then be very dedicated to that approach. Focus on how you can be a true partner to the real estate agent and help them develop more business and close more business. And then you're going to gain their business over time. And I think for me, it's always best to work with up and coming agents that are in your sphere, right? We're working with an agent that, has been doing this 30 years. They're probably doing predominantly listings. They're not working with as many buyers. They're not going to have as much to refer you. They've already been solicited by, 500 mortgage officers in their career. Start with those young developing agents and build a business with them, right? And it is one by one. It took a long time to build to our level. It doesn't happen overnight. But I think if you know your guidelines, you do right by your referral partner and your borrower, you provide excellent communication and follow-up, you can really build a great business in this industry.